Right, it's just gone 6:15. Trying to beat the heat of the sun. There's one of the Italian ladies from dinner last night was setting off even earlier. She was leaving at 5. Although I was awake whenever she woke, because there's noises. I decided I would just lie there for a while, but as I got close to 6, I just thought I'm just going to get moving. So I'm up and I'm out. Going to see what this day makes. It was good rest yesterday. I'd like to say it was a good night's sleep, but I don't know how much sleep I actually got. So we'll wait and see. But, other than crashing into a chair in the dark, and it was quite loud. Sorry for anyone. Well, the 2 people that were remaining sleeping. But yeah, let's get this day going. It is still dark. The stars are still out. I'm sure the camera would not pick them up. But yeah, nice and dark. But, don't think I need a head torch yet. Not until I get out in the sticks. And even then, head torch is in my bag, so I'd have to stop and take it all out. Because I'm an idiot. I even put my torch away. Right, see you later. Oh yeah, welcome to day 25 of my Camino. So from here, the streetlights stop, but apparently it is just a straight road. So should be alright. Sun will be up in about an hour. So some light will be coming. Stars are fantastic. They really are beautiful. I'm sure this camera's just not going to pick them up, but the stars are unbelievable. This road must be pretty on dead straight for most of it. You can see vehicles coming maybe 10 minutes before they reach you. So yeah, it must be a good 9 kilometers straight, which is pretty impressive. At least you can see the traffic coming. And then when you look back behind you, you have what's going to be another beautiful, sunny, warm day here in Spain. Yeah, not a cloud in the sky, just a couple of wee skiffs, which could be airplane tracks for all I know. But yeah, let's keep going. Quite a bit to go. That car's still well away. This is still the same road. But I've been walking for over an hour. Yeah, the same road. Seriously. Sunrise is just about to happen. It does give you a time for sunrise on like apps on your phone and stuff, but depending on where they take their measurement from, it can be a good 10-15 minutes difference. So at some point it's just going to break over the horizon. I'm not going to see it until it's already up, and it'll be glorious. Just out ahead of me, I don't know if the camera can pick it up if I stop moving for a moment. I don't know if it's picking up the hills really far in the distance. If it is, well, that's what I'm going to be crossing this week, going up and over those in the next couple of days. And if it isn't, then I will definitely be showing you them again as I get closer to them, because they're not that small. Up at the top of there is Cruz de Ferro, which I think is one of the highest points on the Camino. And I've got my little stone with me to lay at the foot of that big iron cross. And then it's downhill to Ponferrada. So, yeah, might be short enough days that I'm doing because I have time, but doesn't mean it's not going to be a hard climb. Or if I'm walking later in the mornings and in the afternoons, extremely hot. There is a weather warning for heat in parts of Spain, including Galicia, which we're very close to now. But we'll see how it goes. I know what the worst is that can happen, you know, that's getting heat stroke or getting caught in a fire and ending up dead. So as long as that doesn't happen, then everything else is fine. Is that sun up yet? There's that big ball of fire in the sky. I'm not too far from Villaverde now. I think that's what it was called. Villaverde? Check the owl map on the phone. I can remember my PIN number this time of the morning. Villaverde it is. So I'm not too far from there, which means I'm quite close to Hospital de Orbigo, which means in about half an hour, 40 minutes, I'll have over half my day done for where I think I'll walk to today. Only looking to do about 20 kilometers, just less than that. One thing I didn't mention earlier is that I took a bit of a risk this morning. I've gone out wearing a pair of sandals as opposed to my walking shoes, because I thought that maybe it would just keep my feet a little bit cooler this morning. Can be a bit of a chance to recover, and also in a nice cool temperature settle the sandals in a wee bit more for walking. There's a lot of flies about, so yeah, least attractive shoes that I could have worn. And yes, there's socks on, because the socks keep all of this lovely gravel and stones from getting in between your toes. I thought ahead. But I will probably change them into my running shoes and the trail runners, just to make life easy for myself later on. I'll also give my feet a wee check, just to make sure there's no major blisters. So far, so good, sort of. I think there might be a tiny one that was developing yesterday, but it wasn't quite there. It might have just been a bit of rubbing, so I had anti-chafing sort of gel on it. But so far the feet are okay. Hopefully the shorter distances, and if I am able to get up in the morning and walk in the morning, will make things a bit easier. So just walking along a dirt track for the next wee while until we meet up with the other route from yesterday that I did not take, which follows the highway. I think it's the N120 for those that are following that sort of roadworks thing. Sound like Sally on Radio 2, BBC Radio 2. Does the traffic and travel? I'm not so sure. Anyway, walking. Finally stopped for breakfast. It is, I'm going to tell you what time it is in the morning. It's 8:30. So I'm here in Villavante, and I'm going to change my shoes, put on my trainers as opposed to these sandals, put on a different pair of socks I think as well, a wee bit more padding. Though I'm not sure, these socks could be alright. They're a lighter trainer sock. We're also going to adjust my bag slightly. I've lost my bananas. My bananas got squashed by my nuts. So the nuts are okay. They were in a container. But the bananas are all dug into and they're all starting to go mush. So I've lost my bananas and I've lost my bag. There's flies hanging about. My bag that I've been using time and time again, just emptying the contents out and reusing the bag, trying to be a good global citizen. But now it's covered in squashed banana, so it's out the door. So I'm going to sit here and eat, rest my feet for about 20 minutes or so. Might do a couple of social media posts or something and then get going. It's not that far now. Makes it seem quite easy. I think there's a number of little towns on the way now as well, so I can stop in and do little detours. From looking at the sort of maps ahead and the options, I think I'm going to be going on all the alternative routes that are here. There's one to a little village which apparently is really, really old. There's no roads actually into it, so it's pathways. Or as in, there's no vehicles from outside the village are allowed in or something weird like that. So that might be today or tomorrow. And I think I'll do a wee detour when I get to Hospital de Orbigo. Be easier if I had these just sitting in front of me that I could read them, but I don't. So yeah, I'm gonna rest up now for a wee bit and take my time, and then I'll get going and enjoy my breakfast. Gracias. Here we are into the next town. Villar de Mazarife. Not far now then. Actually, I can feel a blister under my right toe. Which earlier on was just, it was a looser bit of skin, but I put some Vaseline on it, for want of a better word. Anti-chafing gel. Stick away from brand names. But I can just feel it there, just below the toe. I could also feel one on my left foot at my heel, where it got one before, but it's stopped making any sort of noise for the time being. So I also need the toilet. Might just hold on until I get to Santibañez. Wait and see. Just trying to see these feet here. This is the one that has the blister underneath it, somewhere around there. It hasn't fully. Oh no, there it is there. I can just about see it. So I'll put some anti-chafing on it now, and then when I get to the albergue, I'll probably pierce it and get the fluid out of it, and then I can put on a dressing on the sort of pad of my foot. The rest of them are okay. Don't think there's anything on the heels. There might be on the heels because I can't actually see my far side of my heels at the moment. I always wonder a wee bit about this anti-chafe and stuff, because once it soaks into your sock, surely your sock becomes an irritant then. But so I'll try it and hopefully it helps. wonder, is this the start of the hills? It looks like it's all going up, but in Spain you can never be too sure. Let's see. Doesn't look that bad on camera. Doesn't feel quite as good walking up it in this heat. It is very hot, but I am hoping that the top of the hill, it'll go back down again, just where that gentleman's coming down, looking great all topless, enjoying the sun, making the most of it. There's all this extra baggage that I'm carrying. Doesn't really help. Even my hands are sweating, which shouldn't wash off the sun cream that I've applied, but sure we'll see. Sure we'll see. Get that put in a hat. Right. It'll not stop until I get there. So let's keep going. There's the next town. My stop for the day. Thank goodness. I need a shower. I need a wee. Too much information. But yeah, not far to go now. So I'm guessing we're gonna have to walk up and out of there. Going out this far side, I can see two pilgrims in the brow of the hill. That might be an early morning one as well. Try and stay out of this heat. Santibañez to Valdeiglesias. Okay, let's try and find a bed. A lot of facilities in the outskirts of town. Tennis courts, basketball, kids play area. Just back there. Hope they get the crowds they're expecting. So this is quite a nice little place. It's still early, so it's still quiet. But nice bar downstairs. The hosts are really nice, really friendly. The room's a decent size. This is just for boys. There's a boys' bathroom as well. And then there's a girls' dorm. Only downside is these plastic sheets. But when it's warm at night, they are a killer. So we'll have to see how that goes. I do have my little paper sheets down there that I'm going to put on. But for now, I'm going to go down, get some water and Coke and have a wee revival drink. I will then take my socks off, put some sandals on. No, actually, I'll get a shower, get myself cleaned up, and then I can rest for a while. But first things first, revival, get the bed made, and get a shower.